Hey guys, if you guys have a pool and you have one of these old style manual valves and you ever wanted to upgrade it to a new automatic style valve, stay with me in this video and I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is and how you guys can do it yourself. Let's get at it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Deanin It Yourself. If it's your first time here, welcome of course, and to all my long-time subscribers, welcome back. Well, we finally got our pool finished, complete, and of course, I couldn't help myself, but I had to have my first video where I'm going to be doing something which a lot of people may come across. Now, if you guys are like me and you have a manual valve like this, and you ever wanted to replace it with a new automatic valve, or if you have an automatic valve and it's bad and you want to go ahead and replace it, this is the video for you. I'm going to show you guys step by step how to replace your valve and how to wire it up back to your panel and get this thing working. Now, in my scenario, my valve is manual and it controls the spa spillover as well as the waterfall feature. The only problem I have, which I wish I knew before, was that in order for me to turn on my waterfall, I have to actually manually close this valve. Now, my other valves are automatic, so I'm not sure why I didn't do it. Maybe it was a price thing initially. So, well, it doesn't really matter. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to do it if you need to replace and upgrade your valve. Now, the valve I'm going to be replacing it with is the JVA 2444. Don't worry, I'll leave links in the description. If you guys want to pick one up, you'll be able to find the links down there to get it. And these things are pretty easy. They're pretty much plug and play. The hardest part is swapping this valve off, which isn't really that difficult because I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. Again, as usual, timestamps are below, depending on what you want to do, whether you want to learn how to program it so you can control it remotely, or if you just want to replace your valve and upgrade your valve, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So if you need timestamps, they're all below. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead, replace this valve so I can get this waterfall operating with my smartphone. Let's get at it. All right, the first thing we want to go ahead and do is you want to first turn off your pool pump. If you don't know how to do that, you can do it manually from your pool pump, or you can do it from the panel if you have one. You don't have to, but I like to do it since I'm going to be working on the system. Just turn it off for now, no big deal. Next thing you want to do is obviously you want to locate your valve. If you notice, there should be a knob on your valve here. All you really need to do is twist it and turn it until you remove it. By doing this, you'll be able to remove the handle from the valve and be able to access the screws that you're going to need whenever you're replacing it. Once you're done, just remove your valve, set it aside with the screw as well. Once you're done, you're going to notice on your valve that you're going to have 4 screws that you're going to have to remove. On mine, they're labeled. You can see some arrows here, 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 and here. So these are the 4 screws that I'm going to have to remove in order to replace the valve. You're going to use new screws to go into these holes, so you got to take them out before you put in the automatic valve. Once you have the screws removed, take them, set them aside. The valve is going to come with new screws, so you don't really need these again. Now that we're done removing the screws, as you can see here, we have our new valve, and the valve should sit right on top. However, it doesn't sit. Why? Because you need to align this up properly first and foremost. So what you want to do to find out how they align is you want to take the old handle that you have and you want to put it on and line it up. And it lines up just like that. And because it lines up like this, in the orientation like this, what we want to do is we want to turn this valve in the same orientation. So all you need to do is put the handle back on and you want to turn it so that it's in the orientation that you want it. Just like that. Now that it's in that location, all you need to do is remove it, take your automatic valve, and you're just going to sit it right on top. And it should just line up and fall right in place. Once you have the valve in place, you can go ahead and put the screws in and just take your time. Sometimes they may not line up exactly, but what you want to do is line them up until you get a couple of them lined up. You can hand tighten it, or if you have a screwdriver, you can go ahead and use a screwdriver to tighten it down. Take your time. You don't want to over tighten these. It's plastic, so you just want to run them down slowly until it's nice and snug. Take your last one and run it down till it's nice and snug. If you are unsure about it and you don't want to use a drill, you can go ahead and use a screwdriver just to get these hand tight. Again, you don't want to hand tighten it. You don't want to tighten it too hard. You just want it nice and snug so that the actuator sits on top of the valve. Once you're done with that, your handle should line right up, and you just need to screw the cap in place to hold the valve down. Again, that's it. One important thing when you're mounting these valves, you always want to make the off position travel. This valve moves 180 degrees, which means the handle is going to move from this side all the way to this side. But what you want to make sure is that this is always pointing away from the opposite pipe. You never want the off handle to rotate and cross your pipe. You will dead end your pump, and you don't want to do that. So always keep it away from the other line, and that should be it. Once you have your valve installed, you're done with the hard part. Now we just got to wire it up. The next step is going to be running the wires from the valve to your control panel. So as you can see here on mine, if you look at the previous valve, you can see here that the wires come around this pipe. They run underneath this pipe here to the main harness, and they follow the harness here. They go behind here. You can see they come up here, here, and then they go up, across, and they come across and they go up into the box here. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the same route. So what you want to do is follow the route from the existing wires. And in my case, my valve is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop the wires, run them down this pipe here, across here, and then I'll connect them back and follow this line up here. All you really need is some zip ties. So work your way from the valve all the way to the box, and then I'll show you what happens next. Once you got the wire ran all the way towards the end, the last thing we want to do is we want to get it inside the box. If you can see here, all my previous wires from all my other valves go through a little grommet right here, similar to this one. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and feed this end up through that grommet and pull it up inside the box. So I'll show you guys what that looks like from the front side of the box. Now that we have our wire all the way to the bottom of our box, what you want to do next is open up the box. So first of all, remove these two screws, and then we can take this panel off. Be careful not to lose these. They actually have some little rubber grommets on them, which you're supposed to put on the other side of here. So don't lose these screws, they're very important. Once the screws are removed, all you gotta do now is pull up on the panel. Once you take this off, set it aside, somewhere safe. All right, once inside the box, you can see there are several grommets that look like this. There's one here, and there's one here, and there's one here. So what you want to do is you want to find one where you have enough space. I'm going to try and put it through the grommet in the back. You want to be very gentle with this. You don't want to break the head of this thing, so take your time when you're pushing it through. And there you have it. I was able to fish it right through. So take your time, pull it all the way out till your cable is nice and tight and everything is snugged away. What we want to do is we want to take this plug here for your actuator valve, and you need to plug it into one of these ports right here. So where your wire wants to terminate is you need to terminate it on one of these two ports here. On my board, one is cleaner and the other one is solar. So what I want to do is I want to plug it into my cleaner port. These are for your suction and your return valves on your main lines, which are already automated. So I'm going to use this one, or you can use the solar one. I would presume this one is probably going to be easier, which is for the cleaner, because the solar one, you need a sensor for it to work. So what you want to do is you want to get the plug and plug it right here. In order to get your cable behind this board here, what you want to take is one more screw, which is this screw here. You want to remove it, and the board will be able to be tilted down, and you can snake the cable behind so that you have access for it to come out through right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end here, I'm going to feed it behind, taking my time. Be careful, you don't want to break anything, so just take your time. So you want to take your cable and you want to feed it until it comes out. Once it's out here, you can go ahead and tilt it back, making sure no cables are crimped. Take your time, and you can temporarily secure the screw just so that the board doesn't move. You're just going to take your time, plug it in till it snaps in. Once it's in, you're now connected. You can go ahead and tighten the screw down to hold your panel back in place. Once your wires are run, next thing you want to do is make sure that all these wires are tucked away nice and neat. So you want to fold them up and zip tie them together so that you don't have any loose wires hanging out in your panel. So I'm just going to zip tight to the bundle that I have here, making sure that it's nice and tight. Once you're done with the wires, you can go ahead and put your panel back on, making sure that nothing is crimped. Push your wires from the inside, making sure that everything is in place, and you can go ahead and put your screws back in. Once we got our panel back on, we can put our system back into auto mode and wait for it to fire up, and we can go ahead and test our valve. Now, if you followed along so far and you've done everything correctly, you've installed your valve, you've run the wires to your control panel, you've terminated it. Now, if your goal was to replace an existing automatic valve, that's all you really need to do. Everything should function the same as it did before. All you need to do is make sure that the toggle switch in the bottom of your valve is in the same position as it was on your old one, and you should be good to go. If you are upgrading from the manual to the automatic like I am, there are a couple more steps you're going to have to do in order to integrate this into your app, which is the iAqualink app, so you can control it from your smartphone. So if that's where you are right now, you've got your valve installed, you've got it wired to your panel. In order for this thing to work perfectly, here's what you got to do next. So now that you got all the wires connected and everything is terminated, let me show you guys how to jump to the next step, which is to program it into your app. So the first thing you want to do is you want to jump into your app. As you can see here, I have my spa, my pool, all that stuff set up. And what you want to do is go to your web. So click on the web button and it should open up and say waiting for connection. Once it's opened, you're going to tap on the little thing by the house, which is the menu button. Turn that on. Once you have that on, you're going to click on System Setup. And the first thing you want to do is scroll to the next page, and you want to look for where it says Assign JVAs, which is right here. So what you want to do first here is we want to assign the valve that we did to an auxiliary port. So we click on Assign JVAs, and we're going to look and see. You're going to see on your left here it says Intake, Return, Solar, and Cleaner. I've already done mine, but if not, since we connected it to the cleaner port and not the solar port, you're going to go ahead and click on Cleaner, and you're going to click on an auxiliary that's not taken. Now, I'll show you how to see which one isn't taken, but right now auxiliary 1 for me is my lights. So I go ahead and select auxiliary 2, and once you're done, it's assigned. You can hit the back button, and once we go back, you can go back with the arrow to the left, and you'll see where it says Label Auxiliaries. So if you click on Label Auxiliary, you'll see here my auxiliary 1 was my light, and auxiliary 2 is what you want to label it. So you want to click on auxiliary 2, it will be highlighted, and then you'll see on your right where it says General, Lights, Water Feature, or Custom. You want to click on Water Feature, and you can label it whatever you want. But you can label it Waterfall or whatever it's controlling, you label it, hit Select, and then go back. Once you're back at this main menu, make sure you hit Save. And once you hit Save, you're done. You can go back to the menu, back to your main menu, and then close it out. Once you close it out and the system updates, you can click on Equipment in the bottom right, and you should see your light, of course, and your shear descent. And now that it's programmed in, I can sit down by my pool, I can turn on the shear descent, watch that valve slowly close, and watch my water feature come on. And with that, that's it. It's all programmed and installed. All right, guys, welcome back. That wasn't too bad. If you guys stayed with me so far in this video, I've showed you how to upgrade your valve from the manual to the automatic, or if you had an automatic valve actuator before, this will just be a replacement of your old automatic replacement. Now, and I've also shown you how to integrate this into your smartphone app so that you can actually control this valve remotely. If you guys like the pool content and you're interested in having more pool content, there's some more videos that I did, especially in the building of my pool. If you guys wanted to see how the construction process went, check the links below, or there should be pop-ups somewhere around here so you guys can follow what I did and how the pool construction came from start to finish. Once again, if you guys enjoy the content, don't forget, smash that like button. That's what helps the channel out the most. I really appreciate it. And if you feel inclined, hit the subscribe button. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys hopefully on another pool project. See you guys later.